So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another coffee and chat with one of our wonderful instructors, the badassery known as Karma. Sorry, I had to use that word. It's awesome. It's such a good word. So, Karma she was actually one of our absolute first students at Web Courses Bangkok our first office.
That's true.
About 12 or 13 years ago. So it was amazing. I followed her career and seeing things. I mean, for example, a little story was, I remember going to Chameleon Care Home and I was walking up the stairs and going, wow, this mural's beautiful. And I know this style. And I was like, excuse me, is Karma did this? And they're like, oh, you know Karma? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, cool. So Karma is Thai Indian. Her parents were born in Thailand. Great parents were born in India. She was actually born in Singapore or Kerala, and she studied graphic design at Raffles, which is a kind of a private organization, private university here in Thailand. She went on to Melbourne at RMIT to study kind of advertising and art direction and things like that, right? And she's been very digital, but then she kind of got a little bit tired of being so digital and she went to India to use her hands. And that's where she started learning to do printmaking. And I really like how you got tired of digital, because sometimes I do that. And even with me and all my things, I'm still a huge fan of, writing notes and stuff.
Having a sketchbook is so important.
Oh, totally. Cool. So now that we've got to know you a little bit, can you tell us what's your story of getting into graphic design? What, you're a little baby and going around and playing.
Exactly right.
And what happened? What turned you into a graphic designer?
I always loved art as a child, and there was a wonderful library at school with books on painters, mostly from Western art movements. Right. And I just fell in love with Escher and Dali and Kandinsky. Yeah. And then my mom saw how much I enjoyed that, and she actually put me in art classes when I was little, which is really nice of her. Yeah.
Nice.
And
so you had a lot of support from your parents.
Yeah, I had a lot of support from my parents, but at the same time, that's okay for a child to do, right? Go to an art class. But as an adult, of course, I don't want you to become an artist.
You're going to be a doctor.
You're going to be a doctor. So that led me to graphic design, which I didn't mind as well, because I enjoyed solving problems and, doing things which are more service oriented so graphic design was great, learning how to create visuals for other people's brands and businesses.
Brilliant. And so let's say, okay, so one of the things I'm always curious about is, imagine yourself going back in time now to that young girl who's she's just got a new pencil case to go to Raffles. She's like, I'm going to be learning multimedia. Oh yeah, I need my pencils. I need my 0.5 and my 1.0. She's got a pencil case filled to the brim. What would you tell her to help her with her career to reach kind of where you are now?
I think it's about enjoying. It's so cliche, but really you have to enjoy what you're doing. It's not about the destination. So if you can manage to do something you love every day that helps other people, I think that's already success.
It's really interesting what you said about the end bit, the helping other people. And I think that's really, really important, because one of the things that kept me going with the school, it's been very hard. You knew me when I was skinny. And now I'm not so skinny and I've got no hair.
Oh, you're still handsome.
From afar. and the reason that kept me going is we really helped people. Now, let's say, for example, we need to arm ourselves. Okay. Just out of interest, ladies and gentlemen, that's a big glass of rum that it's Friday night, so it is allowed. Please leave your comments below if you'd like to find out what type of rum she's drinking.
It's a licorice infused rum. There you go.
Oh, nice. So, with regards, now we know that there's a lot of soft skills in communication and things like that with graphic design. Could you tell us some of the hard skills that you need to be a graphic designer?
Well, definitely the softwares, right? So Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, InDesign, that's your basic suite.
Right.
And these days, I see a lot of people working on their iPads as well to create graphics. We can't negate that, but at the same time, you just don't have as many options as the Adobe suite to compose layouts.
Right.
So I feel yeah.
Would you say that some of the hard skills as well might include, typography and color?
So wouldn't that be soft skills then? Like hard skills what would that would be?
Well, let's explore that, because my next question is actually, what are the soft skills? What are the soft skills that we need for graphic design?
Right. Definitely typographic understanding, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And that comes with knowing the different types of typography, sans serif, and also a little bit of the history, because that affects how people feel about type and the voice type takes when you are conveying a brand message or something.
Right.
The font really affects the messaging. So knowing a little bit of history, type of fonts, and also technical things like kerning and leading and tracking.
Right.
So.
What could you tell us a little bit about professional standards that you should do? What kind of professional things can our students think about, doing when they're, let's say they've done a course with you, they've developed their skills and portfolio over time, right? And now they start going into the industry. What kind of professional ways of being should they think about?
Well, they definitely need to be aware of their personal branding.
Right.
Whatever they're doing, whether it's UX or they're going to be a graphic designer, they're doing identity or whatever it is.
Right.
How you brand your web presence, your portfolio, your corporate identity, and that goes to like how you talk to these companies too, and how you approach them. Maybe. So I'd say definitely personal branding is a good skill set to have.
Another thing from me is, and this is a bugbear of mine, is just keep them updated. If you are working on a graphic design project, even if you haven't finished, just let them know that you're still working on it. It's a real important thing for the client.
Right.
Now, okay, here we go. Because I know you've been teaching at many universities and you've done a lot of teaching in many different places. Do you have any funny stories about teaching that you could share?
I did a printmaking class recently at Silvercorn as part of like a digital design course, but I thought, why don't we just try something with our hands for a class, and that was fun. And I mean, it was interesting seeing everyone exploring with paint and dealing with mess, and how we don't know how to be messy anymore. Right, and have this kind of play. So how to encourage that messiness, and I feel like designers and kind of working on the screen all the time, you lose a bit of that creative, thing that mess and play brings. That traditional mediums.
That's brilliant, because I mean, that's very interesting, because I always say to people when I'm teaching them to code, is just play. Do not learn on a project. And a lot of companies are like, yes, I want to learn a project. I've got a project to build.
Exactly. But it should be fun too.
Yeah. If you're learning and stuff and you're trying to do it all at once, it doesn't work. Yeah. All right. Now, we talked about this a little bit a moment ago, but maybe there's something else. Is there anything exciting, Teacher Karma, about the industry at the moment?
Definitely NFTs.
Right.
Right? What does that stand for? Non-fungible tokens.
So yeah.
Right? And how Beeple, a graphic designer from the States, sold an artwork that he made, right, over 15 years for some 60 something $60 million. And that's and just the way copyright is changing for images with this as well. And usually you'd have a painting as a one-off copy, but now you can have a digital one-off copy that has value. It's interesting.
It is.
On intellectual property and stuff. Yeah.
Brilliant. So that means, for anybody who is thinking of getting into graphic design, please know that there's the job side and the creative side. So like you, Karma, you making these beautiful artworks and things like that. And obviously, yes, if somebody says, look, I'm a car dealership and I need a brand, and stuff like that. Brilliant. Now, our last question. So whether it be on your computer or on your phone or even in real life, is there 3 tools you could not live without?
Definitely my sketchbook.
Bang.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Well, anyway. Okay, sketchbook. No, what's number 2?
Well, it's something to relax. So maybe skating. I love skating.
Cool.
Yeah, I skate with my daughter a lot. Actually, she rides a scooter and I ride a skateboard with her.
Awesome.
It's just so much fun. It just
Cool
gets you
mum,
away
man.
from the desk.
Badass.
I keep some things alive. Yeah. Oh man.
And what's your
beautiful.
what's your last one?
Meditation, is that a tool? Maybe meditation.
Yeah.
I think that's great for creative thinking and coming up with solution to problems for your clients, you know. So you get the best ideas in the shower, right?
Oh, yeah,
so
totally.
if you don't give it a break sometimes and just, you know, you might not.
I've had that as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Cool. So I absolutely love that. And yes, if you'd like to find Karma, she'll be teaching graphic design and hopefully a lot more with us when we move to our new brand. And we're super excited to have her on the team and love you to pieces and wish you all the best.
You too.
Stay safe and thank you so much for your time. And
thank
we'll
you
see
too,
you
Carl.
later.
It's been wonderful. Bye-bye.
Bye.